Hello friends, in this video I will explain the third measures of central tendency, that is mode. So firstly we will discuss what is mode and then we will see how we can calculate mode for different kinds of series. So firstly, when we are talking about mode, so the definition of mode is very simple. It is mode is a value which occurs largest number of times in a series. So it is the most occurred value in a given series. So other way of defining mode can be mode has a greatest frequency. Generally mode is represented by Z or MO. So these are the two representation of mode. It might be possible in a series there can be more than one mode. If in a series there is only one mode, so we call that kind of series as unimodal series. If a series has two modes, so we can call it as bimodal distribution. If a series has more than two modes, so in that case we can call it as multimodal distribution. Now we will see the usefulness of mode, means when we can use mode. So generally mode is useful when we have skewed data or non-normal distributed data we have. In that case most suitable measures of central tendency is mode. So we need to keep this thing in mind. Now how we can find mode for individual and the discrete series. So to find mode for individual and discrete series, we have to adopt observation method or the inspection method. So this is the individual series, means when we have only observations. So that is the individual series. And when we have observations and along with that we have frequencies, in that case this is a discrete series. So in these two cases we need to only use observation method to get the value of mode. So here we can easily identify which observation is occurring most number of times. So that observation would be the mode. Similarly, in case of discrete series, whichever observation has the highest frequency, that observation will be our mode. So these are the two series, and for these two we can easily observe them and can find the mode. Now we are talking about the third series, that is the continuous series. So for continuous series there are certain steps which we need to perform to get the value of mode. So the first one is we need to firstly check which kind of continuous series is given to us, whether it is an exclusive series or it is a more than less than kind of series or it is an inclusive kind of series. So when we have exclusive series, so it is very easy, we can directly go and calculate the mode. But if we have the series in these three forms, that is less than, more than or inclusive, so in that case we can convert these series into the exclusive form and then we can find the mode. And then next case is when we have unequal class intervals. So in case of unequal class intervals, we need to make them equal by adjusting the frequencies. And while adjusting the frequencies, we need to assume that they are equally distributed throughout the classes. So this way, this is the condition to get the mode for the continuous series. Second step is now we need to find the model class. So there are two cases to find the model class. Firstly, we need to check whether we have almost similar kind of frequency, means whether we have classes in which we have maximum frequency, and for that particular class we need to check its preceding and succeeding frequencies. If these frequencies are very close to the maximum frequency, in that case we need to adopt grouping table and the analysis table method to get the model class. And second case is when everything is normal. In that case, only by inspecting we can find the model class. Now, third step is after finding the model class, we need to apply this particular formula to get the value of mode. In this formula, notations are L1 is your lower limit of the model class, then L2 is the upper limit of the model class, F1 is frequency of the model class, F0 is the frequency preceding to model class, and F2 frequency succeeding to model class. So here in this table you can see this is a kind of continuous series in which we are given observations in the class form. and along with that we are given with the frequencies. So now one more condition or one more thing we need to keep in our mind, that is, if our first class is the model class, in that case f0 will become 0, because in that case there will be no preceding class to the first class. Similarly, if the last class is our model class, so the f2 would be 0, because there would be no succeeding class to the last class. And lastly, we need to keep in our mind that if we have bimodal distribution or multimodal distribution, that means when we have more than one mode in a given series, in that case to find the mode we need to adopt this formula. Formula is mode equals 3 median minus 2 mean. So now let's take one illustration to understand how we can find mode. So here I'm talking about the continuous series. So firstly, we are given with the class and the frequencies. So now we need to find mode for this given distribution. So according to step number 1, firstly we need to identify the maximum frequency. So here maximum frequency is 25. So that means this would become our model class. So now after identifying the model class, we need to only adopt the formula to get the value of mode. So in this formula, firstly we will find out the values of notations. So here L1 is the lower limit. So for model class, this is the model class. Lower limit would be 0. Upper limit, that is L2, would be 5. Then F0 is the frequency preceding to model class. So if first class is the model class, that means there will be no preceding class. So that is why F0 will become 0. So now F1 is the frequency of the model class, and that would be 25. Similarly, F2 is the frequency succeeding to model class, means this would be the succeeding class and its respective frequency is 15. So F2 would be 15. After identifying the values of notation, we need to only replace these values in the formula to get the value of mode. So we are putting all these values in the formula. Now we can simplify this. So 25 minus 0 will give us 25. 2 into 25 is 50 and 5 minus 0 will give us 5. So this way our next simplification step would be 25 divided by 50 minus 15 into 5. So now we can multiply this 25 and 5. That is 125, and then we can subtract this 50 minus 15. So we will get 35. So this way we can write here 125 divided by 35. And after dividing this, we will get the mode value, that is 3.57. So friends, this way we get, or we can find the mode for the continuous series. I hope this video will help you to understand the process of finding the mode for continuous series. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe my channel, Dr. Chanchal Jain. Also, please like, share and comment on my videos. Thank you. Happy learning to all.